Welcome to Endeavor TV with the brand new PlayStation 4, which came out last week in America, and to Europe it's coming next week, so on the 29th of November. And that's actually a good date to buy it, because there's more games coming to Europe or to the world than actually when you will buy it when you bought it in America, since in the beginning there was only a few out. The developers need a little bit more time, but let's see first what we have inside the box. For example, if I'm already talking about games, you can see on the back some of the titles like Drive Club, then also Watch Dogs is one of the most anticipated games. It should come out this year, I think. Assassin's Creed is of course already available, Black Flag, and there is a lot more, like for example Killzone, Shadowfall, and there's actually Drive Club here for free as a PlayStation Plus edition. So if you are a subscriber and you want to play online anyway, make sure to check that out. It's about $60 for a year, so $5 a month to play online with the Sony PlayStation, and you will get a lot of games for free if you are a member. We already checked that out, and also in the bottom you can see that also if you have a smartphone, you can control your device from your smartphone, for example enter web addresses, and also if you just want to play in your bedroom and you don't have a TV there, or just want to play laying in bed on a smaller screen, and you have your PS4 in the living room, you can just play on your PS Vita any game that you have installed on the Sony PS4. So that's quite cool. That's called live streaming via Wi-Fi, so, or maybe even over 3G. I'm not sure if you could maybe also just go anywhere in the world and play. I will make sure to ask Sony that if that works, or even try it out. So on the side you can already see a little bit what we will find inside the box and what I will show you, and on the other side there's only a nice little PS4 logo. So let's take a look inside, and we will also of course do a comparison with the Xbox One, which is right next to me, and the controllers will be also compared. So when you take it out of the box, we have another white little stable paper box where we have a lot of not safety regulations but environmental things on here, like for example the PS4 saves power. It will turn off itself after a while when you don't play. The device is made out of this different plastics, so look out for that if you want to recycle. They didn't use any chlorine or bromine, and so on and so on. So yeah, Sony is telling us that they really look out for the environment, not only for the gamers. So let's check out what we have inside the box. It will look like this. So we have the console, the gaming pad, and something to read inside. Let me just put this to the side, and let's start off with the smaller things, like for example the brand new DualShock controller. Beautiful little device. As you can see, we have here the digital sticks, analog sticks. We have the PlayStation button for going back to the home menu. Then we have the speaker here. That's a one plus point compared to the Xbox One controller, and also a multi-touch trackpad here. For example, in Assassin's Creed you can go look at the full map when you just press the button, and then you can zoom in and out and use this as a mouse. Also in the browser, I guess. We have here then the possibility, of course, to use the controller the same way we have been using it for quite some time now with the older DualShocks. As you see, we have here all kinds of really great buttons: R2, R1, R3 is just pressing these down, and on the bottom we have here some connector for a headset, which is actually also inside the box, as you will see in just a second. And there's also a light here on the bottom which indicates if you are charging or not. We are charging via micro USB, and if you just take a USB a charger from your smartphone, for example, that works also. Or if you want to play even longer, you can just have a small little USB battery here, plug it in directly, and then you have a really nice little controller for game playing a long time. But actually the battery life is about 10 hours. I have been trying it for a few days now, and it's really quite good. So inside the box you will get a PSU cable, nothing special there, and there's actually no extra PSU, external PSU inside the box, not like with the Xbox with a really huge chunk that we remember from the Xbox 360. The Xbox One has the same huge thing. Sony still doesn't have one. They have everything built in inside the box. Kudos for that. Also here There is the headset I was telling you about. So we have here the connector on the bottom, standard 3.5mm, a multi-connector with one earpiece since it's only mono on one side, one little microphone here and a little clipper so you can clip the microphone perfectly for you. And there's also an on and off switch for the microphone on this little headset. It's a really tiny cable and filigrane, so it will maybe break easily, but professional gamers would probably buy anyway a bigger one. Like for example, SteelSeries has a really awesome one, but it costs $300. Check out the H series wireless. I have a video about it, so yeah, look it up. Then we have a micro USB cable for charging the controller, of course. It works actually also via cable. You don't have to use it uncharged, so that's also quite nice. And the first time you will plug in the PS4, you have to plug it actually in, so they synchronize and know that, of course, your PS4 controller is for your PS4, not for the neighbors, and that could also have one. And then an HDMI cable, since you will plug in your PS4 via HDMI. But enough talking about the new console, let's look at it. If you haven't already seen it, or if you have seen it just behind plastic like they are for in stores, for example in stores where you can actually try out some games. Games look quite cool, as you have maybe seen in my videos already. I have showed you some. So we have here the console. It's really slim. It's slimmer than the PS3 in the first generation. And let's just look at the device from the front, where we have here, for example, two USB ports for plugging in our controllers. Then we have the on and off switch right here on the top, where you can just press it and it's actually touch. On the bottom again, touch for unloading the Blu-ray drive or the Blu-ray or DVD or anything that you want to play. It's actually right here. Then on the top there's some fan vents. It's actually really silent, so you almost can't hear it at all. And then we have here on the back some ports, like for example the power is quite important. And we have the what's this? That's the SP-diff, so for external audio out, HDMI out, network out, and then AUX. So AUX is for a different cable. If you have maybe an older TV, you can plug it in via that. But as you were able to see, we don't have the cable inside the box, so you have to buy that one. And that's actually it from connectors. You can't change actually the 500 gigs of internal hard drive, but a game should be about 20 to 30 gigs. So I think about, yeah, there should be quite some games fitting on here, depending on, of course, how many you will download, or even how many games you will purchase or videos you will purchase in the PlayStation Store. So we have also the Xbox One here, as I said. It's a little bit bigger, chunkier, has one more USB port, a little bit more ports on the back, has a few other features also, especially with the Kinect camera, and costs therefore $100 more. If I just put both of them onto each other, like this, over each other, aligning them, you can see here that the PlayStation 4 is a little bit shorter. In height it's also smaller, but in length in the back it's about the same, maybe a little bit longer, but only because of this interesting design. And if we look at the two controllers, the Sony one is again a little bit smaller, has the buttons a little bit differently aligned, but basically all have the same buttons, and since there's a lot of games that are available on both, so it's not that easy to pick the perfect one probably for yourself. But actually the Sony is for me a little bit better for maybe multimedia features and gaming, and the Xbox is a really cool Kinect device, so if you want to play with a lot of friends most of the time, then maybe you should buy an Xbox because the camera is really quite cool. But this was the unboxing of the brand new Sony PlayStation 4. I hope you liked it. Till next time, peace and again, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you much for watching.